Alright, so here today I wanted to show you this because Netmarble has just made an official statement, okay, in the business sector, if you don't already know, and they announced the official closure of one of their upcoming games to make room for a different game. And this is, again, very exciting news to a degree, right? Let's be honest here, to a degree, where they are putting more dev power to a different set of games versus a different set of games. So if you like that game, you lost. If you don't like that game, but you like the other games, you won. If that makes sense to you. Today, let's hop into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe. Helps out a ton. Here we go. So, an absolute insane article has just come out here from Business Post for Korea, right? They say this: Netmarble's own IP, Demis Reborn development discontinued, focusing on external blockbuster IPs this year as well. Pretty much. Demis Reborn is a game that was supposed to be coming out this year. Originally, it was supposed to come out last year. It's been delayed heavily, and a lot of people were wondering like what happened to the game. If you are keeping an eye, Netmarble is doing a lot of work into OC stuff, into their own original IPs. That's pretty much where it's at, right? If you were to look at it, if you look at like the calendar of what Netmarble's releasing, this is this is not OC, not OC. This is OC. Okay, not OC. 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 I think OC, so that's pretty much half of the catalog. It's OC, right? Originally, that was supposed to be an additional game called Demis Reborn. It didn't get over here, so everyone was wondering what happened to it. So they put out a statement officially saying that they are discontinuing the work on it. It is no longer releasing. Basically, it's end of service before release, and they are now focusing on external blockbuster IPs. You want to guess what IPs they're officially working on instead now? So they're taking the Demis Reborn team, and guess where they're putting them? Here you go. Business Post. And Marvel is expected to strengthen its strategy of focusing on external IPs rather than developing its own IP intellectual property this year. After successfully turning a profit last year by utilizing famous external IPs, the proportion of new external IPs is expected to increase further as internal IP works are discontinued at the development stage. So first up, they're actually planning more external IPs to be picked up. I wonder what other games they're going to be going for, but it's a pretty crazy statement automatically. According to the game industry on the 20th, Netmarble has completely halted the development of its new game, Demis Reborn, which was aiming for a release in the second half of the year. CEO, I don't want to butcher his name, but CEO of Netmarble F&C sent an email containing the same content to employees on the afternoon of the 18th. Demis Reborn is a subculture-style collectible RPG game that was first revealed at G-Star 2023, and is the second game to utilize Netmarble's rare in-house IP, Grand Cross. Not Grand Cross 70 Deadly Sins, right? Grand Cross is separate, okay? However, the release date was postponed from the second half of 2024 to the second half of 2025, and eventually development was cancelled. Starting this year, Netmarble reassigned some of their Demis Reborn staff to the relevant development team in order to focus on the development of a new 7 Deadly Sins IP, along with the project reorganization. That is 7DS Origin, what they're referring to. There was a labor management conflict where about 20 people, or about 25% of the 80 of the staff, were cut, and at this time, the project itself was cancelled, and most of the staff was transferred to the 7 Deadly Sins IP development team. In an email, CEO explained that the Demis Reborn development team members have been transferred to the 7 Deadly Sins Origins, one of our biggest tasks, and the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and the 7 Deadly Sins Idol teams. Officially, the entire Demis Reborn team, right, however many percentage of it, it looks like about 25%, were sent over to now work on 7DS Origin, work on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and work on 7 Deadly Sins Racing teams. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, I've been telling this to you constantly. If you look at it, dog, they're literally keeping, like, 7DS is an old game. You would think a game by now would, like, end of service at this rate, after 5 years. The game is competing with their new IP. Their newest launch of Soul Among Arise. It's 5% compared to 6%. It's beating Marvel Future Fight, whatever it is. That is insane that it's doing this much, dude. It's a game that they've stopped putting as much effort into. It's been, whatever it is, dropping slowly, but it still maintains a damn great number. And Melly Ellie was a huge number for them. It was almost combined $12 million for Melly Ellie. That is insane, bro. That's like genuinely insane. So with those things coming through, that's why I'm guessing they are focusing more team towards Origin, Grand Cross, and Idol. Because they know the IP they're working on here is not going to be a hit compared to what this IP is. And if they put more effort into these IPs, they'll make a better game, maybe make some more money, right? With the game development stalled, the Grand Cross IP is expected to not become a sore spot for Netmarble. With the IP's work, Age of Titans, not gaining much popularity, the gap in new releases have become even larger. In addition, with this decision, Netmarble is expected to focus more on developing games based on external IPs that are already well known. Netmarble has been actively utilizing external IPs. In fact, the fourth quarter of last year, the proportion of payment fees among Netmarble's major cost items was 35.7%, accounting for the largest portion of total costs. Using external IPs and what is the burden of licensing costs, but it has the advantage of being able to absorb existing fans and increase the popularity and success. Recently, as development costs have increased across the entire game industry, there are a trend of bodily organizing projects that are not guaranteed to be profitable, and Netmarble seems to have adopted this strategy as well. Pretty much, right? And that's what it is. They know that whatever Grand Cross is, that's the IP to focus on, and that's what they're going for. In particular, last year it evaluated that it was proved the popularity of games based on the externally large IPs by successfully launching a game utilizing the IP of Only I Level Up. Pretty much, again, if you want to read the rest of the article here, it's not much to really look forward to, but accordingly, most of the 9 new games is targeting the launch this year are based on basically external IPs. It's notable that there are many works utilizing external large IPs like Game of Thrones, King of Fighters, and then Seven Deadly Sins Origin. Game industry said since Netmarble succeeded with Soul Leveling Arise, it is highly likely they'll strengthen similar strategies in the future, adding, however, securing their own IP is important. It is long-term competitiveness of the company to, again, keep these IPs alive. These, external ones. So, a freaking crazy announcement, okay? They canned Demis Reborn to focus on Seven Deadly Sins, basically. That's the entire point of the article, okay? They canned the entire Demis Reborn team. The project, not the team, the project has been canned to focus development towards Seven Deadly Sins Origin, Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and then Seven Deadly Sins Racing Teams, which is Seven Deadly Sins Idol. So, very crazy announcement here. The funniest thing is, it doesn't even say in the article they focused on Soul Leveling Arise. They focused on Seven Deadly Sins entirely, just Seven Deadly Sins. That was the email. Seven Deadly Sins is where you're working out. So, very, very crazy news here. Whether that translates into more content or more whatever, I definitely think that a lot of the proportion of the team will go towards Origin, and maybe some trickle team here go towards Grand Cross, and maybe finalizing some updates, or maybe some cooking up some good collab stuff, maybe cooking up some good future stuff here. But they definitely are trying to bring up their IPs. Remember, whatever it is, Idle requires like no maintenance from them. It requires nothing, and the game still prints like I think 600K, 700K a month. Which is, again, they're not doing any work on that game. The game still prints that much money, which is really good. For that game, is really good. For, what is it, like, Soul Leveling Rise, it's 6% of Netmarble's income. Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross is still, after 5 years, 5%. That's crazy, so. Do what you will with this information. Let me know what you think here. An absolute crazy announcement to see. They also had another article. There was a bunch of articles written about this, but basically, Demis Reborn folds, and then Seven Deadly Sins is now the new focus because it's top 9 in sales. Oh my god, bro. It's just, the articles are hilarious to read, but yeah, Seven Deadly Sins caused Netmarble to fold Demis Reborn. Yeah, do what you will with that information. Take care, have fun.